Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is, I think, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, no, Thursday, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, just thought I'd come on and show you how beautiful my Ever Moment Butterfly book is coming, or Book of Butterflies. And thought I'd do a little whip and chat, so get your whips and hang out with me for a little bit. So, hopefully everyone's doing good. I'm doing good. Got all my chores done, and now I'm sitting down to diamond paint. So, yeah. This week, let's see, I told you about Tiara Night, which was very nice. And let's see what's happening. We've all been pretty busy around here. School, work. Shopping. And not China mail, I mean grocery shopping. And oh shit. I hate when that happens. So, but I do have a happy ending, really good story. Well, it's a nice story in my book. For us animal lovers out there. My cousin, one of my cousins lives in North Carolina. And yesterday morning, she was taking her daughter to the bus stop. And she seen something laying on the side of the road. And it was a barn owl. So she was checking it out, and people kept going by and looking at it, and then she noticed that it was still moving. So the animal lovers, everyone in my family she went back to the house, got some gloves, got a basket, put some towels in it, and whatnot, and then went back to the bus stop and said, "This owl is still alive. I need to help it." So what she did was she called a wildlife place that's in her area and told him the situation, and he's like, "Sure, no problem. Bring the owl in." So she picked up the owl, wrapped him up in a towel, put him in the basket, put him in the car. This story was amazing. And what an experience to go through. Oh my God. It was so cool. So, she said, I seen pictures of him. He's so freaking cute. He is so cute. So, she said he was the size, of a baby. So it was a good sized barn owl. And she said that he laid there and didn't bite, didn't do anything, didn't flutter. So she was kind of worried about him. He had a lot of, naturally he couldn't fly. He definitely looked like he was in pain, but I think the owl knew that she was trying to help him. So she put him in the car, she was petting him all the way to the vet, talking to him, telling him, "Hang on, baby, you're going to make it, you're going to make it." She said that he was bleeding. So she didn't know what was going to happen. So she took him to this guy, and he has I yet have to get to the link. I have to get the link from her, but she's been sending me videos and whatnot, and they videotaped the whole thing. His husband and wife does it out of their home. They're licensed in the state, and he takes care of nothing but birds. So, wildlife. So, pretty cool. So he went in, and there's a bunch of cages and, all kinds of birds in there, some covered, some not, and whatnot. And he he's like a rehab center, a wildlife bird rehab center. So she said it was pretty amazing. And the video that I seen, he goes live on Facebook. His name is Thomas Wright with a W. And this guy was so gentle. So he was checking out the owl, and it was funny because the owl told him, you know, where he hurt, because he was just laying there. But then when, you know, he was checking him out, if he hurt, he naturally, his instinct is to bite. So he checked him out, found out that he had a fracture in his wing. So the first thing he did was, you know, check to see if the bird had blood in its eyes, if it was, you know, bleeding internally. And it looked pretty good that he was not bleeding internally. So he did have a fracture in his wing. So the guy, you know, he sewed up his wounds, cleaned his wounds, shot some antibiotic and medicine and all kinds of stuff in the wounds, and then sewed the bird up. And then he was checking out his wing and seeing that, you know, he had a couple of bone fractures and whatnot. So he put medicine on it, I don't know, some kind of liquid pain medicine for him. He was a boy, actually, so everyone knows that. And he made a little splint for this baby. Oh my God, it was so cute. And all the time that this guy, this gentle giant, oh my God, he was just so good with the animals. The owl was like looking at my cousin going, you know, it seemed like he was saying, thank you for helping me. Thank you for not being one of those people that just let me die and suffer on the side of the road, you know. So anyway, so he patched him up and everything, and gave him some medicine, and he was talking to him. And so the bottom line was that it looked like he was going to be okay. He told my cousin, you know, Candace, that looks like he's going to make it, and he just needs rest, and they heal pretty fast, so hopefully he'll be out back in the wilds soon, and that she can come back and check on him. And he wanted her to, he thanked her for, you know, saving this owl, and he thanked her for, you know, he wanted her to name him. So she noticed that he looked like a very kind of like a spiritual guy, and definitely Native American spirituality. He had, you know, the symbols and stuff like that around his neck and whatnot. So, and she noticed all the birds were had Native American names. So he put the owl in a cage, told him to go sleep. He needs rest. It was really cute. But so she got to stay there and for a little while and see all the birds that he had, and for feeding time. So it was pretty cool experience for her, and for me to watch. It was kind of awesome. So 792. Sorry guys, I was trying to just pick my symbol that I was going to work on. So with that there, he had like yellow-breasted birds, a bird, and he was so cute. It was a baby, and it fell out. He went out walking one day, and it fell out of a nest. The bird fell out of his nest 90 feet above, and he made it. So this guy took the bird in, and he's nursing him back to health. But his viewers, what they do, he's licensed, you know, and he's expanding. He's going to have, like, shows on, you know, of what animals he has, which is all kinds of birds. But he's going to show, you know, people have, like, events and tell them their stories. But this poor bird fell 90 feet out of his nest. So he's nursing him back to health. And I'll tell you what, this bird ate pretty damn good. So he was feeding him shrimp and crab, fresh stuff, you know, like his own little sushi bar there. And his viewers, what they do, that, you know, as I was watching the video, is they, international and U.S., he's got followers, and they contribute to what he's doing. So they send him supplies, they send him donations, just to keep him going, and, you know, so he can help the wounded wildlife. And it was just amazing to watch. And then he had this one bird, the guy didn't know what chewed up this bald eagle, actually, but something did. But he is doing so well. He takes care of him, and he'll be set free soon, so that's a good sign. And then he had this other bird, and he was so cute. He was making all these noises, and he was walking around in the office there, you know, while everyone was working and whatnot. And he was like a fisher bird, so he ate fish, basically minnows, things like that. Let me find another symbol here. This is Confetti City, guys, which I love, so no problems and no complaints here. Let's see, let's do W, 498, 498. So with this bird, somehow, when he was younger, something bit his foot, some kind of fish with teeth or whatever it was. So, and then bit his wing. So he couldn't fly, he couldn't walk. So this guy got called in and took him back and, you know, basically raised him. But he's doing well, but the guy refuses to put him out in the wild because he's not sure how to hunt, because he had him since he was so small. And, you know, so the guy said, no, he's not going out. Told my cousin he's not going out in the wild. I'm not releasing him until I train him how to hunt on his own so he can survive. So it was pretty amazing. He took a dish basin, filled it up with water, and then put all kinds of minnows in the water. And it's amazing. People think birds are stupid, but they're really not. They're very smart, actually. So, you know, they're telling him, they're talking to him, you know, him and his assistant, okay, go get your dinner, get your dinner. So he would make these sounds like he was saying, no, like friggin' feed me by hand. So they started giving him a couple by hand and whatnot, and then he seen that they were swimming around in the water and stuff. So every once in a while, not like he should be, but he is trying to hunt on his own to get his victuals. But it was just so friggin' cool to watch. And these people were so gentle with these animals. And these animals, these wild birds, like, knew that this guy was helping them, you know? So it was just amazing. So I talked to my cousin about, I don't know, about an hour last night, and she was telling me all about her adventure and whatnot. And how amazing it was. And so she ended up giving the owl, don't ask me what it was because I cannot remember, a Native American name, like the other birds have. And this morning he posted a live on Facebook, and she's a member of that site now, so she gets to see updates and whatnot on all the birds and stuff. So she sent it to me, she tagged me in it, or actually she messaged it to me. So this morning he was cutting up some fresh shrimp and shelling some crab for, his sushi dinner for the birds. So he was going to feed the owl my cousin saved. So he's standing up on his, he still has it's only been one day, guys, come on. But he's finally standing up. He still has his splint on now because what they do is they make it tight to their body so they don't use their wings so they can heal faster. But he had his one leg up, which, he could tell that was definitely hit by the car, but it was not broken, it was just badly bruised. So he was holding his leg up, but he was eating, he was feeding him. It was just so amazing to watch. It was so cute. I had to share that with you. It was just so freaking awesome. And my cousin didn't want to leave. She just wanted to stay there all day and watch, basically what he does and talk to the animals, But it was pretty cool to watch. Yeah, I had to say that. It was pretty awesome. So that was that story. So I'll kind of, every time, I get updates on the owl, I will let you know. It was pretty cute. It was just amazing, and she had it all bundled up and in the basket, driving it, and his little head was peeking out, and oh my god. It's like, how can people, I don't know, I mean, how can people, hit things and notice that they're moving, or even if you don't notice that they're moving, get the frig out of the car and check these poor animals. Come on, let's face it, we all know animals are nicer than people sometimes. Most of the time, actually. How can you just hit something and you hit something and just drive away? To me, I don't know how people live with themselves sometimes. I really don't. It just ticks me off. But I thought I would bring that positive story to y'all. And it was a nice story. And I'm so glad he's doing well. He's so cute. So he's in good hands. He's taking good care of him. And once he gets fully rehabilitated, he'll be back out in the wild, which I think is great. And that's what this guy does. And so he knows his birds are healthy. He does tag them. So he knows if he sees the birds around, or, when he's walking, because he does do a lot of walking and through the woods and things like that. And he'll know that, well, that's my bird. I took care of that bird. I nursed it back to health and then put it out in the wild, which I think is cool, So he's got a book with all their names, and he sits and he just talks to them and gives them love and takes them out of their cages and checks them every morning, every afternoon, tucks them in, at night. It's just God bless this guy. I mean, that's all I have to say, But usually, like, most vets, okay, well, I gave you medicine, they put them in a cage, and then, they check on them and once in a while, and that's it. But he was actually taking them out, like, and paying attention to them, and petting them, and giving them love. It was like, it just touched me. It really did. I think this guy is fantastic. So I'm going to get the link to his Facebook because I really want to join it because I would love to, follow him and see what he gets next and see who he helps and whatnot. But he goes live and he shows everything he does. So, I mean, if you're a little bit squeamish and stuff like that, then it's probably not a channel that you would want to watch, but at least you know that he's trying to help these birds that get hurt and attacked from other animals and are just left, and left for dead, so I think it's pretty awesome. So she gets to go back and check on him and see him and, see how he's doing and whatnot. So, and they told her that she can bring her daughter because her daughter had to get on the bus. So she didn't know. The poor girl, she had to go to school wondering and worrying about, oh my God, what happened to the owl, Mommy? What happened to the owl, But all day in school, she probably couldn't even think, the poor kid. But so my cousin did a really good deed, she didn't care, she just put them thick gloves on and didn't give a crap if that thing was going to bite her. She knew that, he was in pain and that's their defense, but other than that, she said, oh my God, he just laid there and kept looking at me and closing his eyes and opening his eyes, and she says, I don't know whether it was out of pain or love or like thanking me, but she said it was just such a good feeling, that she helped this owl, and it just was amazing. I mean, it could have been love and pain at the same time, but he let her pet him, and she was talking him all the way to this place so he can get help. And so we're keeping track of the little guy. Well, he's not little. He's like cousin said he's like, I don't know, like a 10-pound baby. So it's a good sized barn owl. So he's so cute, the big gold eyes. So damn cute. So that's it. So that was a good story. I like hearing stories like that, with the happy endings and progress on his health and stuff like that. I think it's amazing to me. So, and it actually made me think, like, they have a lot of those rehab centers and sanctuaries and stuff down here in Southwest Florida. And I'm seriously thinking of maybe volunteering or getting like a part-time job at one of these places, because I think it would be pretty cool. Helping out, feeding them, and I get to pet them and hang out with them and give them attention and love. Yeah, that's something I would love. I mean, I can't naturally, I don't have any doctor experience and all that stuff, so, but I can, like, be part of the rehab part, where I feed them and things like that. I think that would be pretty cool. And see some interesting birds and whatever else, I don't want to see blood and gore and stuff like that. I want to see that, I just want to, help and give the love to the ones that are going to be okay and turned out to the wild. The only thing is not that I could, but I'll probably want to take them all home. Because that's the way I am. I tell you, if I ever win the lottery, yeah, I will, get the things that I need and want and make sure my kids are, have homes and money and not struggling in life and whatnot. But then I would buy acres and acres and acres of land, guys, and hire people to run it and just have all the stray animals and hurt animals and give them a place to go and wander, I don't want, unless they have to be, but, and if, because if they fight and stuff, but my animals are not going to be in cages or on things. I want acres and acres of land where they could just run free and just do what they want to do, but they always have a home and love and people to love them. Because let's face it, people are not the only ones that need love and attention and comfort. Animals do. And they can't talk. So I think that would be freaking awesome. And then I would donate money to homeless shelters and people that are out there starving, not eating, worried about where they're going to get their next meal from. Nobody, in my opinion, people, animals, no one deserves to go hungry. There's no way. If they're the cause of them going hungry, then that's on them. But people who honestly, truly can't feed their families and scraping and in the mud, and have no place to go and no place to eat. I would love to just have this little cottages or chalets or whatever with running water so they could take showers and have a people cook for them, like a big cafeteria type thing, and have them, have a decent life if they can't afford to do this on their own, and have programs in that community, make a community, to help these people and give them a place of their own and motivate these people to get jobs, and if they don't know if they don't have any backgrounds or whatever, to give them that opportunity to educate themselves and just help people that way. Everybody deserves to have happiness and love and somebody to care for them in their life, And I've heard it before. There's too much hatred out there, and life is too short, and my biggest thing is I hate to see people struggle. I don't like it. I've been there. I've been on that spectrum. Okay? I didn't know where the next meal was coming from. I didn't know how I was going to feed my family. My husband didn't know how he was going to feed his family. It's depressing. It's degrading. It's so wrong on so many levels. And one thing I've learned going through that, I mean, I'm a true believer, everything happens for a reason. And there is, just to let know everybody who is going through financial struggles, and, you know, you can't just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. But you do get those days. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've been there. But you have to do everything in your power to, make the situation the best. The best way you can. So, I mean, my situation, lived on a generator, got food from the church, scrapped anything I can find on the side of the road, took, the copper out of it, took the silver out of it. Both me and my husband sat on the porch for hours, taking things apart and then turning it into the scrap place and to get money just to put food on the table. You do what you have to do. And the most important thing when you're in that kind of situation, stick together. And I know it's hard. You're going to butt heads. People are going to be, you're going to be butting head with your kids. You're going to be butting head with your husband, boyfriend, whatever. But the most important thing is, okay, you're going to fight, you're going to scream, you're going to yell. But then walk away, think about what the hell is going on, and realize that, okay, you know what? All this fussing with each other, it's not going to make it better. Let's sit and think of a solution. What are we going to do? So it's basically just the same thing. One step at a time, guys. One step at a time. And all this happened to me because we worked for big companies, both me and my husband, and when it was really bad out of there, back in the day with jobs, no jobs, and people were laying people off. Thank you, Obama. Sorry, won't bring in politics, but, yeah. So anyway, our lovely government. Anyway, most important thing is that you got family, stick together, figure out the solution of what you're going to do next, and take one step at a time, because if you start thinking, okay, what am I going to do? Okay, with this and that, and you get overwhelmed, and then here comes the panic attacks, and here comes the anxiety, here comes the depression. That's all I can suggest to you guys. So, people out there that are going through that, I am so sorry that you are, and I feel for you. And guys, I know it seems like it's the end of the world, but everything works out. You gotta have faith. And I'm not a religious person, but I'll tell you what, I do believe in God. And I'm the type where I don't have to go to church to pray. And back then, I did a lot of praying, guys. A lot. So, I've been on both sides. And there's always, I'll tell you what, there's always people. No matter if you think this doesn't happen to anybody, it does. It happens to important people. It happens to professionals. It's not, it could sneak up on you and smack you dead in the face, and you won't know what hit you. But remember, always, and I don't care what anybody says, there's always someone out there that has it worse than you. And I've met people that when I was getting depressed and didn't know where to turn and whatnot. I have met people that are so worse off than we were. And all I could do was, I started helping at like the thrift stores and stuff like that when I was down and out, and I'll tell you, I just used to sit and talk to some of these people that would come in there and just need to talk to somebody, and sit down for 10 minutes and smile at these people and don't be judgmental. You don't know their story. You don't know what they've been through. The worst thing is when you judge someone. It's the worst thing. And to me, judging, guess what, guys? That's bullying. Judging people for how they live, look, that's bullying. And it's I don't know. I guess to understand any of this, I don't wish this on anyone, but to understand and appreciate things, sometimes you have to be, and to stop judging. Sometimes you have to be in a shitty situation and look around and observe and talk to people. And that's the only way, especially our future children. They need to be out in the world instead of on these freaking computer games, and be in a safe environment, and the best, safest as you can, but talk to people, listen to their stories, and maybe these kids wouldn't be so freaking violent and nasty to people and bully if they're put into situations like this. I think it'll do some of this future generation good to see some of that. It's horrible. It's just horrible. Those are the things they should be told about. People should be going to their schools and talking about homeless and people who are starving, and told that, you know what, it would be nice, instead of sitting there for that video game for 3 hours, why don't you try to go out and collect canned goods for that kid that sits next to you that hasn't eaten for the day? That's what should be taught to children. That's what people should be doing, in my eyes. We all are different. But you know what? Teach that without judgment. Teach children not to judge. Teach children to help the homeless, to help the kids, their friends that are starving, and to listen. That is the most important. And if the parents listen, maybe the kids, if the parents start listening to their kids, maybe the kids will know better to listen to their children. Life is too short. I see parents that don't take the time to even talk to their kids, to even sit down at dinner with them and ask them how their day is. What is wrong with people? It's so wrong in so many ways, and it just makes me sick. Teachers out there, I give you all the credit in the world. However, you know what? Don't sit there and teach politics or government or tell these children how to act and what to believe in. Give them facts. Give them facts of what's going on. Teach them the correct history, not the bullshit. Not the fake curriculum that administrators want you to teach them. Teach them real life. Let them make their own choices. This is America. Let them make their own choices and decisions of what religion they want to be and what kind of person they want to be. Teach them to try to put them on the right track instead of all this negative crap people keep putting in their heads. And that is, let's face it, guys, babies are not born to be racist or anything else. They're not born to be gay. They're not born to be this. They're not born to be that. It's what they are taught. And if a parent or a teacher or an adult is going to sit there and teach a kid, not listen, and keep pounding in their head negativity, and this one don't like that one, and that one don't like this one, they're going to pick up on that and take right after it. I've seen it. I hate it. And I'm going to use that word. I hate it. Teach them to love each other instead of freaking teaching them, oh, they did this, and that. And you know what? You shouldn't be a Catholic, or you shouldn't be this, and you shouldn't be that. Who are you to tell a kid what that kid could be? Unless it's, you know what? Try giving motivation to these children. That's what I do. I try to do that every day. You see a kid down in the dumps? Try sitting and listening to them. I talk to my children. I make it a rule. I don't give a shit how busy you are. At 6 o'clock, we're freaking having dinner, and we're going to sit down as a family, and we're going to discuss how our day was. And I don't give a shit if it's 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 9 o'clock. I take the time to sit and listen to my children. And I think everyone should do that. But who am I? That's just me. I'm tired of people out there thinking, oh, teach them it's okay to defend yourself. Teach them it's okay to say how you feel. Teach them it's okay to ask for help. Don't make them scared. Don't make them frightened to be their individual person. And there's ways to do that. And I'm not perfect, and I'm not the perfect parent, I'm not the perfect friend, I'm not the perfect wife, I'm not the perfect person. Because there is nobody that's perfect out there. But Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I'm going to tell you what. This next generation needs a lot of guidance and a lot of help. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter. It's not about going and to schools and going to places and teaching, religion, sex, whatever. It's not about that. Just teach common sense and kindness and how to love and listen and teach people and students how to have common sense and care about one another. And then let them make their own decision of what they want to be and what they want to do in their life. Just guide them. Don't pound shit in their head the things that you just think is right to teach them. Because you know what? It might not be right to teach them. It might not be the right way to teach them. Give them that choice. We all have the right to make our own choices. And yes, there's plenty of bad ones out there. But you ever think maybe going and teaching, let them, guiding them to make their right choices? They don't come with a book of how to raise them. They don't come with a book how to teach them. But I think if people took the time to go and they want to do something good, teach these kids common sense and not to hate, and how to help each other. Not on a specific subject or anything, just roundabout daily things. I don't know. That's my opinion. But, and that's what I want to do. I want, and I still to this day will go. And if I see someone on the street, someone that's not dressed, a kid that's sad, I just take the moment and go. Whether it's scary or not, I will take the time and I will smile at that person. And I'll ask them how they're doing. I don't care if it's a stranger or not. Strangers need love too. How do you know they're not going through what you're going through? How do you know that they're not feeling like you're feeling? It's all about communication and common sense. And it makes me sick how you gotta pick specific things to preach about. Nah, it shouldn't be that way. It's not, to me, in my opinion. No, you don't go and you don't friggin' preach a specific thing. Teach them daily life so they can make it in life. Give them common sense. Teach them common sense. It could be taught. Caring about one another could be taught. Don't pound in their head they should be and shouldn't be this and shouldn't be that. Because that starts a child's brain into thinking incorrectly instead of correctly, in my eyes. Anyway, on a good note, my painting is looking awesome. And it's nice and shiny. And I just thought I would come on and, I don't know, I went on the rant, I'm sorry. But I never rant on my videos. I usually don't. But it just, I don't know. Just teaches, you want to do good, you want to help people. Teach them common sense. You don't want to give them money? You don't have to give them money. You can't give them money? Don't give them money. You can't buy them a hamburger. Buy them a soda. Feed the homeless. Take care of these kids that are being bullied by listening to them and teaching them common sense. And guide them. Don't give them a specific topic of what to do and how to act. And what gender they should be. Common sense. Love one another. Like everybody says. Treat people like you would want to be treated. Well, you know what? You got to have common sense. And people out there, in my eyes, they have to listen And don't believe everything you hear on YouTube and Facebook and the news. Go out and look around. Watch, observe, and listen. So there goes my rant, guys. There goes my whip and chat. And I don't know if you like this video. If you do, you do. If hit that like button. If you don't, hit the dislike button. I say what I feel. I will never hide my feelings. And I tell it like it is. Some people like it. Some people don't. That's on you. But I appreciate all of my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell to get notified for all my adventures and my future diamond paintings and my updates and whatever else I want to put on my channel. And take care, guys. Live, love, laugh, and diamond paint. Do what makes you happy. And please, teach some common sense to our future generation. Teach them to love one another. Don't teach hate. And don't teach specific things. It should all be taught, not one specific thing. That's just me. Because the world don't revolve on just one specific thing or one specific person or one specific race or one specific gender. It doesn't work that way. Love everyone equally. That's what they should be taught in my book. It's okay to be you. But don't force things on people. It's not right. It's to judge a person, it's not right. But that's me. Anyway, guys, my phone's gonna go off. So I'm done ranting. I'm done expressing my feelings today. I really just wanted to come on and have a whip and chat and tell you about the owl story and show you my beautiful progress on my painting. So again, live, love, laugh, and diamond paint, guys. Have a great day. I love you all and appreciate you all for subscribing to my channel. And I love the comments and questions, so leave them below, please. Take care, guys. Until my next video.